After the deadly Uvalde school shooting, NewsNation brought you original reporting about the proper police response to mass shootings and active shooter situations. While the concept of going to the gunfire may seem counterintuitive to many, experts contend in some cases it is an effective strategy. Well, Dr. Frank Straub is one of those experts. He serves as the director of the Center for Targeted Violence Prevention at the National Policing Institute. Dr. Straub, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Good evening. Thank you.
Well, another active shooting this week, as well as one that never materialized. Can you first expound on the best approach to an active shooting situation, and then tell us your assessment as well of the police response to the Highland Park shooting?
Yeah, it is a given that we go to the shooter. The idea is to neutralize the threat as quickly as possible and then stop the bleeding. And so I think what we saw in Highland Park is a very quick reaction. The officers were trying to find the shooter. A little bit difficult in this situation because he was on a rooftop, but we did see his apprehension come about fairly quickly. So I think in Highland Park, despite the tragic results of the shooting, we did see a good, quick, effective police response.
That was good to see, especially after the response that we saw in Uvalde. Well, how has responding to active shootings changed over the years, given the increase in mass shootings that we've seen?
It really, the benchmark is Columbine. It was in Columbine that officers waited outside until SWAT team, Special Weapons and Tactics teams arrived. And what we know from that incident is that a number of people were killed inside the school while officers were outside waiting for the SWAT team and waiting for other police officers. So after that, the policies changed, and it stayed really pretty consistent since then, that the first officer on scene, if they arrive and they hear gunshots, they're to go to those gunshots. And clearly it's a very dangerous situation, and officers can be killed, as we've seen in Colorado and other places, or they can be seriously injured. But our obligation in law enforcement is, as I said earlier, to neutralize the subject or subjects, and then stop the bleeding, which means rescue injured individuals.
Well, I wonder your opinion on this. We've heard other experts say that most of today's shooters are not interested in being taken alive. Do you agree with this? And if so, what does that really mean?
I don't agree with that. I think what we're seeing is a mixture. The shooter in Buffalo was taken alive. The shooter in Highland Park, a little bit of a different story. Uvalde, obviously a different story. So I think we see some individuals that may intentionally try to stay alive with the hopes of appearing in court and keeping their story, their message going, and getting news coverage. In other cases, law enforcement takes action and neutralizes the shooter in order to save lives.
Well, we only have a few seconds left, but I do want to ask you, we've been tracking the second tragedy that didn't happen in Richmond, Virginia. What else can we know, or what can happen to reduce the number of active shooting situations?
Well, I think what we see in Richmond is something that's critical, and that's a bystander who sees something that just doesn't make sense, that raises the hair, if you will, on the back of their neck, and they report it to authorities. And so it's critically important that we don't just stand by and think that somebody else is going to do it. We go back to that post 9/11 maxim of see something, say something, do something, and that's imperative. And we saw in Richmond where that stopped an attack.
You said it so well. Thank you so much, Dr. Straub, for your insight tonight.
Thank you. Take care.
And thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.